All right. Since starting her role as the executive director at Habitat for Humanity of Kenosha in 2019, Angela Elliott is proud to have implemented several successful programs, such as Women Build Week, Community Build Week, home runs for Habitat with the Kenosha Kingfish and Snap-on, as well as the home repair program in partnership with CAFASI. She's involved in local community groups, including 100 Plus Women Who Care, Tempo Kenosha, and Make-A-Wish Wisconsin, which is awesome. She just puts up a list, and then you just buy stuff, and it's all a miracle. It's really cool. Outside of Habitat, among a lot of other activities that I couldn't list all of them, Angela spends her time running Narrow Path Martial Arts, which she owns with her husband. Absolutely didn't even know that.
Side note.
Making art, being a baseball and dance theater mom, and reading good books. So please help me welcome Angela Elliott.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting me to speak today. So my main job is Habitat for Humanity. My first question when people hear that I own a martial arts school, they say, "So you do karate, right?" No. That's my husband's role. He teaches the karate and I do everything else. I'm the marketing part. I always say I have an admin belt. So I do not know how to do any sort of karate. So with Habitat, who in the room has done anything with Habitat? Woo! Wow, this is awesome. Okay, so I'm speaking to some people who have been involved with Habitat and some people who haven't. So with Habitat is a nonprofit organization. Our location serves all of Kenosha County. Many of our homes are in the city of Kenosha, but our repairs, a lot of them are in the county. Who knew that we had a repair program? Okay, so during our introduction, we had talked about our repair program with CAFASI. We do have a repair program in addition to our home building. A lot of our repairs are in the county, even though our new home builds are in the city of Kenosha. So, little fun fact. So, our affordable housing for our participants to be involved in our new builds, they have to be 80% AMI. Who knows what AMI is? Nope. That's the area median income. So that means they are below 80% area median income. Our application rounds, when we accept applications, are between March 1st and March 15th, and September 1st and September 15th of each year. That's when we accept applications for our home building program. And when we accept an application, we look at a few things. There's 3 criteria. The first, they have to show that they have a need for housing. What's a need for housing? That could be something like cost burden, crowding, maybe substandard housing, maybe somebody who has a physical disability, but they live in a second-story house and they need a first-story living facility. So that could be a need. The second area is ability to pay. Who thought the houses were free? It's okay if you did. I won't hold it against you. A lot of people think our houses are free or maybe part of Section 8. We are separate from Section 8. The houses are sold to the individuals, so they have a mortgage payment. Those houses are theirs. We're not their landlord. Once they are sold the home, that is their house fully. So they have to prove that they can pay for that house. Our average mortgage payment is about $750, $800. My lowest mortgage payment is $489. My highest one is about $1,024. So about average $750-ish. The third area is willingness to partner with us. Each of our homeowners is asked to do, or required to do, 250 hours of sweat equity hours. That can include building at the build site, not necessarily on their home, but it could be other Habitat homeowners who are working towards becoming a homeowner as well. It could be their houses. It could be attending classes to become a better homeowner. Those classes are how to be a better homeowner, and so that could include budgeting. It could be what is a mortgage, learning about their credit and stuff like that. So there's a lot of things just to make them feel more confident when they become a homeowner. Because once we sell them the home, we're like Chase Bank. We're not their landlord. We will come fix stuff. They're now responsible for their house. So those are the 3 criteria we look at. We are everything in the process. We're the realtor, we're the builder, we're the mortgage lender. So that means that our little 2.5 staff, we're responsible for a lot of things. So in addition to mortgage origination, which I didn't know I was going to be doing when I signed up for this, we do a lot of things. So we rely on a lot of volunteers to build the houses with us, help us originate mortgages, help us fundraise and do a lot of different things. So we are very thankful for the people who are on our committees, our boards, and come out to the build site. We started in 2012. We built our first house in 2014. We closed on our 16th house a couple weeks ago. Who was at the home dedication? Anybody?
Couldn't make it, but I helped build it.
Okay, well, good. Points for you. That's okay, because you have another shot. We're closing on another house, our 17th house here coming up in September, October. So look for, if you don't follow us on Facebook, make sure you follow us here in the next couple of weeks. We will be closing here shortly on 4515 26th Ave. So another home dedication coming up. We are working on house 18 and 19 right now on 36th Ave, and we are currently digging and pouring foundations for house 20 and 21 on 35th Ave right now in Wilson Heights. So Wilson Heights is kind of like our project area. We love that neighborhood, and we're really dedicated to working with the city to revitalize that neighborhood. We will be digging another house, number 22 on 22nd Ave, before the end of the year, God willing. So stay tuned for updates on that. Next year, we will be starting 5 more. Wow. 5. This is top secret information that I'm only sharing with you guys. And Facebook Live. We're working really hard to possibly go modular. So that means that if we can work it out, we would be able to build faster. And if we can do that, that means we also have to raise money faster. So that increases our potential to build for more people, but that also puts more pressure on fundraising faster. So we need the community to come together and help us to do that. When we started fundraising, we stepped back and said, okay, when I first started, we were doing golf outings and 5Ks, and we were doing all the same things that other nonprofits do. Well, we didn't want to compete with other nonprofits because we love our other nonprofits. We said, what can we do that nobody else can do? And we said, Build Weeks. So we put all of our efforts into Build Weeks. We do Community Build Week, which is the last week of April, and Women Build Week, which is the first week of August. So we pour all of our efforts into those 2 fundraising weeks. And Kenosha Women's Network is involved in Women Build Week. So you guys are reserved for Tuesday, August 8th. And I checked this morning, only 1 person has signed up so far, and it is Kathy.
I haven't gotten anything out yet. So
Okay.
Nobody knows.
Well, I checked this morning, so maybe you guys, if you signed up before then. But there is 10 spots available for your group, and if you need help signing up, let me know. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about what to expect at Women Build Week. All the funds raised from Women Build Week go directly to our home building. They help so basically how a mortgage works is if someone can only afford, let's say we do 30-year mortgages. So if someone can only afford a mortgage at 30% of their income, because that's how we calculate a mortgage. So 30% of their income is all they pay. So if they can only afford $150,000 over a 30-year mortgage, but their house costs $200,000 to build, that $50,000 is written to a silent second mortgage. So we raise those funds to help reduce the cost of all these homes, okay? So when we raise those funds, this is how we help offset the cost of all these homes. So Women Build Week, Community Build Week, all of our fundraising helps do that. Women Build Week is literally my favorite week of the year. Who's done Women Build Week before? Super fun, right? So you get meals, swag, shirts, a fun experience, you get to meet new people, and it's a great time. You don't have to have experience. If you've never even picked up a hammer, we promise we will train you. We supply all the tools. It's a great time. We will provide you with training. You don't have to have any experience. You don't have to have any skills. We promise we will train you. You just have to be willing. So come on out. We will do things like landscaping, painting, flooring. We're gonna work on some trim. If anybody's done it's called tough stuff on the foundation on the outside, things like that, it will be a great time. We promise it will be the best time ever. Any questions about Women Build Week or anything I didn't cover? I think that was about 10 minutes. I'm happy to help answer anything. Yes?
So is that rate been locked, so is that their cost, like if they were to get a different job with a pay increase, would then their mortgage increase, or would it stay at that first level?
The minute their house is sold to them, they become a millionaire. The minute their house is sold, because we want them to create generational wealth. We want them to increase their income, and that's the one thing that's different about our program. Some of the other programs maybe encourage them to stay in poverty, where we want them to grow their income. So once their house is sold to them, we actually encourage them to increase their income.
So you mentioned something about classes. Do you offer classes for the general public?
We partner a lot with other organizations. So right now we partnered with Chase Bank. We have credit classes and home buyer workshops coming up in August. And we partner with other places like Journey Church to offer different classes that they already have, and then encourage our homeowners to go to those classes for sweat equity hours, and then encourage them. We have online classes as well, but those are specifically for our program. So we have a Google module. It's 10 classes that our homeowners take, but it's more about learning about our program and how it works to prepare them for our program.
I didn't know if you did any partnership with Home Depot or something like that for classes.
So that we give our homeowners hours. If they go to Home Depot for their classes, they have a sweat equity sheet that they just have Home Depot sign saying that they went to, learn how to tile or learn how to, if they have Home Depot sign that off, they get sweat equity for that. Yep. Or if they go to, I know Building Our Future has monthly meetings at Wilson Heights and the Lincoln neighborhood. When our homeowners go to those, they get hours for those because we build in those neighborhoods. So we want them to be involved in the community. We have partnerships with UW Extension Foodwise. So when they go to those classes to learn how to cook, we give them sweat equity hours. So we partner with a lot of other nonprofits and other organizations to give our homeowners sweat equity hours for going to those programs. Mm-hmm.
Do you have a flyer for the Women's Week or anything?
For Women's Week, I don't have a specific flyer, but if you scan that QR code, we have a webpage that has Women Build information on it.
Perfect.
We sent out an email, so I'm going to talk a little bit about for our group.
That. Thank you.
Is there a religious component to this
We
endeavor?
Habitat was founded on Christian principles, but we welcome all denominations is what we say.
And no denomination?
And no denominations. We do not discriminate.
Angela, how far away are you from a restore?
Ooh, that's a great question. We have been talking about a restore for a long time. A restore actually funds 2 to 3 home builds per year. A lot of people don't know that component of it. And a restore basically is the lifeline for us to be able to diversify our funding. We do receive some HUD funding, we receive private donations and corporate donations, but that's a pipeline of funding for our home building program. So we have been working really hard. The pandemic set us behind in some of the funding we had set aside for it, but we have been amped up. We've been working with the city to find a location, Tim Casey, we've been meeting with Lydia Spotswood, and then we hired a Summer Vista. If you guys know Kathy Rippin, she ran the Columbus Park housing program for 20 years. We hired her for the summer to try to amp us up here. The hardest part has been finding a location that fits our needs. We've walked through the old Sears building, the old Piggly Wiggly, the old Pick and Save. We've walked through a ton of locations, and we keep hitting road bump after road bump after road bump. And we have Kathy's meeting with Mitchell Carpets right now about another potential split of another location. So we're always looking, if you know of a building, we're looking for about 20,000 square foot. It has to have a dock door. And then we need a little bit more funding. We've asked Chase Bank for sponsorship. We've talked to Uline about some sponsorship. So we're about halfway on funding, and we do need a secure location for
There is
that.
one
So
in Racine, of course.
we have to be in Kenosha.
I
You're saying there is a store.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a store in Racine, but that is separate from us.
So,
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you guys.